Okay, can I give mine so that we
Go
can
ahead.
show the debate
Go
here?
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just very quickly, here's my top 5 OCs: Chip Kelly, Kirby Moore at Mizzou at number 2, Mike Denbrock, Colin Klein at Texas A&M, and Garrett Riley at Clemson at 5. But continue. Let's transition in here to Chip Kelly.
Okay, so this is going to be perceived as me knocking Chip Kelly. I am not knocking Chip Kelly. I'm not saying that he is not going to be one of the most productive offensive coordinators in college football this upcoming season. Ohio State is going to be unbelievable. They're going to put up a ton of points. The only thing that I'm saying is that it has been since 2008 since he has been a sole offensive coordinator. I just don't want to immediately put my eggs in that basket when he has been a head coach. And I understand that he has been the play caller. He has been the offensive decision maker, all of those things. But he is being placed in a different setting where Ryan Day has typically been the offensive mind that has been the one who has shaped things offensively for Ohio State. All I am saying is that before I'm willing to commit to him being number one, just like you're saying here with Denbrock, I'd like to see the results first.
But we've seen Chip go to different places, even in the NFL, and offensively that they've exploded.
Their offense was god-awful last year because he couldn't make up his mind at quarterback, and he had Dante Moore running like option plays.
That's fine. I will give him a year. I don't think that we can look at just 1 year and say that you're bad, because if you do that, then, you're going to just take the 1 year of Mike Denbrock. You can't do that. You have to sometimes.
But I'm not. I pulled up the whole. Okay.
Well,
you're going to use career.
If you're going to use complete, like, just career long things here, which I think that both of us did here. Joe, Chip Kelly not having or not being the head coach makes him more dangerous.
I don't disagree with that notion because, yes, it takes a lot of other things off of his plate and he can just
Correct.
focus on offense, which is why I'm optimistic that this works out. Why I said that it was a fantastic decision to persuade him to come and join this coaching staff. But again, he hasn't been an offensive coordinator just solely since 2008. And I just want to add, he is a very boomer bust offensive decision maker because he's either one of the best or at times, just like last year, one of the worst. I remember back when he was the head coach with the San Francisco 49ers. They were god-awful that year. They were terrible that season. He is not a steady, consistent hand. It's not often that he's bad, but it's happened.
But Joe, there's a difference here. There's a difference in reference to, you can say that he is the ultimate decision maker when it comes to being a head coach. The truth is that Ryan Day is the head coach. Okay? You're talking about him purely as just the OC, where Ryan Day can override him, right? Like Ryan Day, at the end of the day, that's him. When it comes,
I don't know if I don't know if I want that though. Like with a guy like Chip Kelly, he's a very unique individual.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say that Ryan Day, Chip Kelly, sometimes he's boom or bust, and then say that Ryan Day isn't the ultimate decision maker when it comes to things.
Wait, but that's part of my argument though, is that he hasn't worked for somebody since 2008. That's why I'm bringing this up. I don't know how he's going to handle this dynamic, is why I'm bringing it up. It's more important than people realize.
Sure, I will agree that Chip Kelly can be an asshole. I also think that
wasn't what I said.
No, it's
sorry. Go ahead. That's not what I was getting at.
No, 1,000% is what you're trying to hint at. That he hasn't worked for anybody. That there can be. Joe, you just brought up that there can be.
I didn't say. I was not implying that Chip Kelly's an asshole. All I was saying that it has been almost 20 years since he has worked under someone. That is a weird dynamic to get used to.
And 20 years ago, Bill Belichick was winning Super Bowls with Tom Brady. I don't think that anything changes from X's and O's for him knowing offense. Joe, here's the truth. He completely revamped offensive play calling, not just in college football, in the NFL.
Yeah.
He is the reason that things changed. He has better athletes. That is why this is going to work. Joe, here's the truth. They can call boot right or buck pull right or buck pull 36, buck pull 38. Okay, and he can have success with the running backs that he's going to have, the wide receivers that he's going to have. I do think that there's a lot of things too, Joe. Last year and times at UCLA, it's not necessarily play calling as it is execution. I remember him winning in Joe, he had 9 wins at UCLA. With who? So my point is, okay, I think that things have to be scalable on what he is, who he is, and what he's done. The game has changed for him. And he goes, look, man, I just can't, to him, this is just me saying, I can't compete with the way that NIL is. I just want to call plays, coach football, and get out of there. Joe, quite honestly, they're arguably going to be one of the top 5 offenses in the country, mainly due to the fact of what he does. I mean, like Chip Kelly is one of, if not the best play caller in the country.
I don't disagree with that. Okay, so I need to add this qualifier before I'm sure that there's going to be a litany of comments from Ohio State fans getting mad at me, because same thing happened with Will Howard when I said that I wanted to wait and see before I was willing to commit to this thing being as great as they're projecting. All I will say is I would not be surprised that if at the end of the season we reevaluated this list and I was willing to move him up to number 1. This is one of the few instances where I'm not saying, no, this is going to how it's going to finish. I think Chip Kelly absolutely can finish at number 1. I just would like to see him as an offensive coordinator for the first time since 2008 and know that it is going to work as swimmingly as it will. I'm not saying he's number 10. I'm not saying he's, just like you're saying with Denbrock, I'd be a dumbass if I didn't put him in my top 2 at the bare minimum. I just don't think it's a foregone conclusion that he's number 1.
No, I think you wanted to show your Notre Dame people that you love Notre Dame.
Yeah. BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number 1 source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.